How's it going? Daddy's home. How's it going, Joey? What's good, man? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I think this is the longest break I've taken from YouTube in a long time. How we all doing? Happy Friday night. I'm not gonna be here for a long time, but I figured I'd better show my face before, you know, people started asking me if I was dead. I hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's had a good week or so. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, but I'm happy to be back. Hopefully won't be doing this again. I've been missing all the drama. I've been missing all the nothing going on in the MMA world. It's going to be good to catch up. Fuck me, it's hot. I've realized as well, whenever I do a live stream, I swear within the first minute, and apparently that's a big no-no. It's a big mistake, apparently. It is what it is. Oh. So what have I missed? What's been going on? Thoughts on the eyes emoji. Wow, you've really hit me with an intellectual one to start things up. What do you mean by the eyes emoji? Do you mean the rolling eyes, or do you mean the I'm a big fan of emojis in general. Like when I text people, rather than try to come up with complex things to say, I just throw an emoji in there just to make it clear how I'm feeling. Because I'm a simple bastard. So I'm a big emoji fan. I'm not sure which exactly eyes emoji you're referring to, but that's how I feel about emojis in general. How you been doing though, Joey? It's been a minute. I'm not even sure who's on this card. I haven't even checked properly. I know who's on the main card, but I haven't really looked up and down the whole thing. I usually have parlays set up on a Wednesday. I've been completely out of things. Not in the mood whatsoever. I did like a little water fast as well. So I just haven't had the energy. This might transpire to be the quietest stream I've ever done, well, since I started, which could be quite interesting. Yeah, man. The thing is, I do it like a couple of times a year. The longest I've ever gone is 14 days with no food. And I lost I think it was like 14 kilograms, some shit like that. Where is everyone? I got no idea. I've got no idea. It's been a while since I've been on. And the thing is with YouTube, they start fucking with you a little bit like that. Like you stop popping up in stop popping up in notifications and stuff. How you doing, Musical? What's good, man? Musical. I'm really digging this idea of doing like a MMA YouTube fucking, like media day scrummage shit with the boys. I wish I'd come up with the idea myself, but hopefully enough time will go by and then I can claim I came up with the idea myself. Who's on the guest list today? Nobody. This is just an impromptu one. Um, I'm just popping on by myself for a little minute just to get back into the swing of things because it's been like a week and a half since I've been on, and it feels a lot longer. So I actually felt a little bit nervous doing this, believe it or not. We've talked about this a couple of times, like, like even when you're streaming for a long time, the first 10 minutes before you go on, you just feel fucking like, yeah. So we're thinking of getting like the UK boys together and doing like UK media days, trying to get some passes, not for UFC obviously, because they don't want any of us cunts around for obvious reasons. But doing like BKFC, doing some of the local events, this kind of shit. And we go as like a unit. So all the UK MMA's guys go together. And then so rather than, if you try and do it as a one man band, it's kind of difficult because you don't have someone to do the camera work or to make sure the audio is good and all that shit. But we go as like a team and then we take turns like asking interview questions and shit like that, just to stir up some shit. But even if it turns out to be a complete fucking disaster, it will be the boys out on the town going to these events, getting fucked up. So it'll be a good laugh one way or another. I just, I haven't seen the full press conference, but I saw the Conor McGregor and Mike Perry little back and forth. It probably was a little bit staged, but it was still entertaining, you know. Conor McGregor's just a different guy now. I don't know. But at least they're showing a glimpse of like the old formula in terms of getting everyone together, letting them talk a little bit of shit. You got a crazy cokehead in the middle just riling everyone up and talking shit. How do you lot feel about the Yoel Romero signing for BKFC? Because I've got a little bit of a controversial take about that one. Not really controversial, but it might be a little bit contrarian. Are you guys excited about seeing Yoel Romero throw down bare knuckle? I'm not really sure. Yeah, UFC press conferences have been bad, but the thing is that they've kind of admitted that they don't do that anymore. It does sound like fun, doesn't it? By the way, shout out to Combat X MMA if you're not subscribed to him, obviously to MMA Paradox. Hey, Lade, how's it going? Thank you. I'm glad to be back. I've been meaning to go on almost every day since the last time I went on, but I've just been getting a little bit of fatigue on here. I think the water fast didn't help as well. I've been a little bit drained. Work has been extra nutty lately. So every day that came by, I'm like, I'll go on at 8:30, and then I'm like, can't be fucked. And then it just dragged on to where we are now. It's not like I've been away for too long, but it feels like it. How you doing, Kloss? What's going on, bro? Excited to see Yoel, but yeah, it will probably be stinky. This was the contrarian opinion that I was gonna have, and you've just stolen my thunder a little bit. I don't think Yoel Romero is that good. I've always found him a boring cunt, to be honest. I think because he's such a physical specimen and he just looks like such a murderer that when you put him on a billboard, he looks like he's going to be amazing, and then he just kind of stands there plodding and does nothing for most of the fight. I was saying this in one of the group chats a little bit ago. I can't remember the last time. I can remember the last time he had a good scrap. It was basically Mike Perry. I know what, not Mike Perry. Sorry, Paulo Costa. I've got Mike Perry on the brain. But it's when he scrapped out with Paulo Costa. That was a banger, and he lost. But every other time since then, it's been a snooze fest. And then he occasionally explodes into action, and then you think he's going to do something. And then I've got something very lovely and very green through the post today. I've heard about this, and you know how I know about this? The students that I obviously work with, they come in with weed all the time. And I'm like, where the fuck are you getting this? Where are you getting this? And they're like, oh, ordered it through the post. They're getting THC, they're getting lovely green leafy stuff through the post. Someone needs to hook me up and tell me how to do this, because I'm too straight-laced to be dealing with modern-day drug dealers, you know what I'm saying? I'm not down for that. Yoel's neck is literally fused together. Yeah, he is a freak. And the thing is, I love Yoel. I do. And when he does go off, it's amazing, but his fights are boring. And I don't think he's that exciting to watch. It's more the threat of what you're going to get than what he actually does. Very low volume. Exactly, Paradox. Very low volume guy. So I'm not that excited, but I'll watch it because I'm a simp. Do you know what trips me out about Yoel more, Lane? And I don't know if it was Joe Rogan hyping it like he always does. You know, when they talked about like the stems in his eyes or whatever it was being 4 times thicker than the average human, like his optical nerves or whatever they were talking about. Obviously, like when it first came to mind, I was thinking that's crazy. But then I remember Joe Rogan said it, and obviously he's just a #1 bullshitter. So I don't know how real that is. But the guy definitely ain't human or a conventional human. Oh, not a leaf in sight, but some lovely nugs. That's what I'm talking about. You know what, I had there were some young kids like smoking weed in front of my house earlier on when I was watering my grass. Yeah, I'm that kind of guy. Proper suburban freak these days. So I'm watering my grass and I could smell that lovely, beautiful smell that we all love. And as you all know, it's been a minute since I've done anything like that. I really wanted to go over to them and be like, hey man, I was trying to think of the right way to do it, like, hey, what are you smoking? But I realized I probably look like a narc these days, so they were probably just gonna tense up. The aim of the whole thing was I was gonna be like, you know, where'd you get your stuff from? Can you hook me up? And I completely bitched out of it. Because I'm like, they're either gonna think I'm a cop or they're gonna knock me out in front of my own house. You know, they must have been 21, there was 3 of them. Don't know if I could even have taken one of them. So like, I definitely don't want to get fucked up in front of like my young son comes running out. It's like a movie. Do you know what I mean? A very bad movie. I just get fucking dunked in front of my 4-year-old. I wasn't down for that experience, I'll be real. So I totally bitched out. I knew you were out touching grass. Did I say touching grass up? This is what I'm saying, man. There's something wrong with me. And I'll be real with you, yeah. Like I've become the biggest problem I've got these days. Is like, oh my god, my grass is getting a little bit yellow. And then I like fuss about it and I get all, do you know what I mean? I'm trying to buy different nozzles and stuff. I've become really just is that gonna be like the new Fight Night Frankie hashtag, yeah, leafy nonce. I deserve it. I'm willing to take that ball and fucking run with it. 100%. But yeah, musical, I'm definitely just to divert the attention away from everyone clowning me. Um, I'm down for doing this combat sports tour. I'm up for it. I think it will be sweet. I don't even know what to call it. It's basically a bunch of lads going to press conferences. I think it will be sweet. It was a compliment. I guess it. Man. Oh, my connection went for a second. Free up. Oh, hang on. No, I do not want to make changes to my device. Just get some feed and weed for the grass. I've kind of been tempted to grow my own shit as well. I'm becoming quite the I've got pretty good green fingers now. I've recovered my lawn from the dead. So I feel like I'm ready for the next step up for sure. 3-on-1, then just shoe. Never mind. No, I wasn't gonna shoe. I wanted to know who their dealer was so I could get some. Feel like we could run that on a new channel. We definitely could. I feel like at some point we've got to just do a collaboration channel. I've tried to do stuff like that in the past, but I think both of our hearts weren't really in it and we weren't really sure what to do. So like it ended up petering out. We never really got it off the ground really, but I'd love to do it with the boys. Just have like a project that we all do together and then we do like because you guys know like some of the best stuff I ever did on this. I can see why you think I talk like a black guy now. I'm hearing it now. I'm suddenly hearing it. You cunt. What was I saying? Yeah, it'd be like my favorite videos to do were like the collaboration ones, and it would mostly be me just in the past messaging different content creators and getting them to do my work for me, basically. And then I tried to do a somewhat like humorous-esque edit with my very limited and shitty editing skills. But I really enjoyed doing those. They were fucking hard work, but I enjoyed it. How you doing, Betty? Sorry, I saw your messages a little bit further down. I was rambling like the old geezer that I am. Scarifying and overseeding in the early autumn when the seeds don't have to compete with the weeds as much. Here's the thing, yeah. This is why I'm a retard, Betty, yeah. I could very easily like go on YouTube or go on Google and say stuff like, when is the best time to water your grass? And so on, and then do it the right way, you know, just get a little bit of information. But I'm a trial and error type person. I like to figure things out for myself a lot of the time. I'm still from that generation, you know, I'm from that generation where we couldn't just Google everything and we had to go into books and you know, saunter off down to the library to get to take out a couple books and then research stuff. And I can't be fucked to do that anymore. But yeah, I'm still like a trial and error type person. I'll just like fuck up 100 times and then figure it out and then get some kind of satisfaction from that. Sorry, my camera's doing a mad one at the moment. I think it might be my connection. But yeah, I do love the idea of a collaboration channel. I think it would be a good idea. I feel embarrassed now, yeah, that the A Legend Like musical has turned up and my stream is deader than deader than it's been since the beginning. I feel ashamed. Real ashamed. Sorry, Unc. I've let the team down. But yeah, I'm kind of focusing on that at the moment. And I've got a little bit of a dilemma because I'm going away for a little while over the summer, obviously, and my grass is going to come back fucked up and I'm just going to be pissed. These are the things I think about now. I have completely lost touch with reality. Completely. But I've got one more week of work left. It's been a hellish 6 months. I'm just going to enjoy the fuck out of it. Do some wild shit. Do some content abroad. I'm going to Vietnam, as I told you guys. I'm going to Spain. You have more viewers than I get. Don't fucking do that, sir. You are the and your streams are just. I don't want to. You know, I'm going to get off my knees. How about that? You know who you are. Are you picking Calvin or Steve? I'm going with Steve Garcia. I think I might have even edged Steve Garcia a couple years ago when Cato was good. Was really good. I think he's a little bit too slow now. I think he's a bit slow to get into fights. And I think Steve Garcia is nasty. He'll get in your face. He'll beat you up. I'm going to go with Steve Garcia. I can see it going to decision, though. Because Qatar, whatever you call him, I guess Cater is what his name is. He's tough. So I'm expecting it to go the distance. But I think Steve Garcia is going to get the better of it. I think he's good. I think he's good value to get him at evens. So I'm going to go with Steve Garcia by decision. That's my pick on that one. And I also think Derek Lewis is going to knock the head off Teixeira as well, Teixeira. I think he's going to KO him in the second round or maybe even the first. And there's mad value on him. So I'm thinking I might do like a little double musical you've got in my head. I really do sound like a black guy. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm going to do like I'm going to do a Steve Garcia, Derek Lewis double. How you doing, Ricky? What's good, man? I know you miss me. I know you miss me, bro. How you doing, Kerry? It's good to see all right, we're finally getting things going. We've got 25 in here now, I think, something like that. We're finally getting the boys in. I thought all you fuckers had abandoned me. I'm going to tell you something, though. Not one of you bastards messaged me on Twitter and said, Frankie, where are you? Are you dead, Frankie? Hurtful. Please like the stream. I'm very hurt. Shout out to Rob's neighbor. The fucking guy. I saw a video that you put up the other day about you trying to sell a bike. I was very entertained. Oh no, I've got to share around 2KO. Based on what? It's okay that you sound like a black guy. It is okay, but it's like you've now made me aware of my own voice. Because the way that I speak does not picture this weedy little white guy librarian face. It's fucked. Chrissy J, how you doing? Who the fuck still uses Twitter? I mean, I'm going to point out as well, I haven't actually been on Twitter or Discord. So there's a strong possibility that people did message me, like Paradox is saying, and I'm just whining like a little pussy now. Chrissy J, it's good to see you. I felt like coming on. We had like a really, really funny stream last time where we basically, I say it was more brutally, just absolutely like torched Giuliano in the funniest way. But I don't mean that in like a horrible way. But it was like a pretty run-of-the-mill stream. If you haven't seen my last live stream and some of the shorts we put up, I strongly recommend that you guys go back and watch the last hour and check it out, because it was the most unintentional torching we've ever done. We torched people before. Like, I think when I torched Clown Show, that was pretty good, but that was more methodical. With Giuliano, he was just giving us layup after layup, and we were just... It was brilliant. Ready to stay until 3 a.m. tomorrow. Bro, that's a regular for me. It's usually a 6 a.m. stay up. We usually in and going hard until 6 a.m. So 3 a.m. is going to be a walk in the park. The card's starting a little bit earlier, I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm down for that. But I've got like a few things to deal with. Musical Fight Night, Yardi. I'm only Musical. Are you going live after this? Please tell me you are. Please tell me you are. It would be nice to get a nice number up and then finally give you the raid MMA Unk deserves. I'm calling you MMA Unk, and you're like 2 years older than me. I mean Unk in the sense that you're the seasoned veteran around here. How have things changed since then? In what sense? Sorry, I've completely lost it. I don't have MMA Twitter. I'm not a teenager or gay. It's kind of magic because my YouTube subscribers have actually, because I used to go on Twitter and talk mad shit, and there was a very brief time, yeah, where like my Twitter account went from 0. I had Twitter for like 6 months, and it went from 0 to like 1,000 in like the space of 6 months. Cause I would just go around. I'd just go around saying mad shit to people, and it actually, like, I don't know, people kind of just latched onto it a little bit. And I remember starting my YouTube, and it took me 2 years to get anywhere near that. And now I've got more YouTube subscribers than I do. I don't know why I'm telling this story. It's so fucking boring. Moving on. Yeah, I am cheap. Sorry, man. I don't know. I don't even know why I said that. There's no getting out of this one now. Fuck it. It's game. What the fuck is going on with my camera? It keeps going out of focus and then going back into focus. It's like I've forgotten how to do this. I have an early gig tomorrow, so I won't be live tonight. However, I'm considering doing a companion tomorrow. A companion might... Do you know what, yeah? I've got 1 week of work left, and I'm kind of phoning it in. So if you're down for doing a panel, I might be jumping the gun here. Give your boy a shout. I'll jump on and contribute nothing. Who are your pound for pound GOAT list top 5? I'm new here and just want to check the temperature. You basically want to see if I'm fucking retarded, which is a good way to start. My GOAT list is nobody's really going to agree with it, or most won't. I go Mighty Mouse first. I've got GSP second. I've got John Jones third. Then fourth, I've got Anderson Silva. And then fifth, is a tough one, because I would have gone, like, there's a time I would have gone with Aldo, but he's obviously can't say Aldo anymore. I genuinely don't know. I haven't really thought about it for a while, but those are my top 4 in order. And I've got very, very, very strong reasons for why I've done it that way. I'm willing to explain it if you can be bothered to listen. Yeah, Betty always cuts to the bone. Go wish Kenny Okoye a happy birthday, Frankie. He needs the support. I've never been the biggest Kenny Okoye fan, I'll be honest. The reason why I don't dislike him, but the reason why I'm not a fan of his is I've never seen somebody get flamed so hard in a debate and then just reel off a few statistics and then say, you got cooked, and then claims he's beaten everyone in a debate. Like I remember the first time he went on with Lucas Tracy, and Lucas Tracy absolutely destroyed him. And Lucas Tracy is a self-proclaimed like casual at times. He's not exactly deep in it. But he was claiming he won that, and it just annoyed me. And his weird alien claw fingers as well kind of annoy me. I don't know. I've gone too far now. I'm probably gonna get destroyed if this guy ever finds out, because you know he's a legendary chef of MMA YouTube. Twitter is easily the least censored social media. To an extent, but then I kept getting like loads of porn ads in my feed, and I was like, why is this happening? You know? Is that a thing that everyone gets? Because I don't know. I don't wanna I'm wondering if the algorithm has picked up on what a dirty skank I am. I don't know. Where's the Peruvian prince Claudio Puelles in your Mount Rushmore? He's like top 75,000. I reckon he makes it into there. I really can't think of who's my number 5. I really need to give it some consideration. Volkanovski used to be quite high up the list. I've got Volkanovski in like my top 6 or 7. I don't really have a lot of modern UFC fighters in my top 5, as you can probably tell. I feel disgusting even putting John Jones in there, if I'm being real. Because you kept liking the porn videos. Oh. That's where I fucked up. There are settings to change your feed on X. You see, I don't really look into things. This is another problem that I've got. I complain about problems, and then I don't do anything to fix them. I'm white. What am I going to do? Like, get somebody else to fix my problems for me. You know what I mean? That's how we roll. Yeah, porn is spammed on Twitter. It's not that I mean, I'm not really a porn watcher. You have Volk over Tapuria. Tapuria for me is gonna be the GOAT. I think, yeah, when you look at his last, you can make an argument that the last 3 wins he's had and the way that he's won them might be the greatest win run in UFC history. You can make that argument. The legends that he's just destroyed, you can definitely make that argument. I was to be honest with you, when I was thinking of the 5th one, I was thinking Tapuria, but I was like, I still think it might be a little bit too early. If he gets 2 or 3 more wins under his belt against elite guys, he could skyrocket his way to number 1, especially the way that he's doing it. But yeah, he's my favorite fighter right now. Him, Joshua Van, Manel. I know Manel Cap's a weird one to throw in there. I like guys that go in there in style. That's what I'm down for. They're a little bit cheeky and shit on the mic as well. Like I was having a debate with Brutally and Giuliano the other day about this, and Brutally brought up Tapuria being very uncharismatic, and I was quite surprised by that. I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like Ilya is funny as fuck, man. The stuff that he comes out with, I don't think he beats Arman. I think he does. I do think Arman would be a tough matchup for him, though. I think he knocks his head off. The one thing I said in that Charles Oliveira fight that I wish I'd clipped up and put up, I said, I guarantee you the 2 of them end up on the ground, and Tapuria is going to be a lot better down there than people think. That's what I said. And even though it wasn't a very big sample size, I think he showed how good he's potentially going to be. He's got immense power. He's very intelligent in there. And he's showing finally that he's really good on the ground. Hard to deal with. I think he's the best pound for pound fighter right now. I said that after the fight. I'm like, yeah, like he's got to be pound for pound number 1. I didn't think they were going to do it, but JPO. I realize I'm being a little bit loud. How you doing, bro? Shout out to you. I've been absolutely getting murdered on silk pajamas recently, so I'm going to do a fucking Hail Mary throw and see if I can get myself back in the game, but I'm not expecting it. Frankie, Americans usually complain about their problems and don't do anything to fix them. Didn't know Brits were the same. There's nothing more a British cunt loves than complaining. We love a good bitch. And I ain't even talking about the hoes. I'm talking about we love complaining. When I'm in the car on the way to work, and I usually jump in with a colleague because I don't believe in driving myself, because I ain't that guy. All I do is talk shit all the way to work. I do it all the way to work. I do it all the way from work. I do it at work. And I get a little endorphin burst doing it. I love talking shit. JPL, the thing is, yeah, you're used to failure on your own program. Shout out to silkpajamas.vip, by the way. The link's in the description. If you want to get in with a real MMA community picks site, that's the one to go to. Silkpajamas.vip. But I'm used to being the nearly man. I'm used to being the bridesmaid that doesn't quite get married, but they get to. Sorry, I'm more like the best man that never gets married. I'm always high up there somewhere, or sometimes high up there somewhere. Never quite get the job done. Who's somebody in MMA that like? I'm kind of like I wouldn't say I'm the DC of MMA because he's usually won stuff. So the DC of picks because he usually wins stuff. But you know what I'm saying. I'm the silver I'm the silver medalist of MMA picks. That's me all day long, and I'm comfortable with that. I am comfortable with that situation. You'll catch the bouquet soon. That is such a beautiful way of putting that. I'm the slut that gets drilled. Do you know what I love about that? The thing is with you, yeah, this is why I love you, man. You came up with the whole system and you are horrible at it. And I say that with all love and respect. Brutally was telling me about some of it. By the way, shout out to JPL. If anyone needs a party animal to stroll into town at a moment's notice and keep the vibe high, I've heard that JPL is your boy. Because JPL apparently, regardless of the situation, no matter how drunk he is, no matter how tired he is, he will keep the energy at 11 the entire night. So shout out to party animal JPL. J the party animal L. How about that? You fucking legend. And hearing Brutally talk about it made me think about how obviously there's nothing I could have done with the situation, but I definitely felt a lot more FOMO after that. Who is your best unranked prospect? I got Talbot for me. Talbot is a great one because he really demonstrated that like he can make very vast improvements in a quick time. To be honest, I don't know, man. It's kind of tricky. There's a few names that kind of come to mind, but most of the people I'm thinking about that shoot into my mind immediately are people that are already ranked. But I was one of the people who was very high on Joshua Van like early on, and now he's fucking ranked first, which is bananas to me, and kind of shows you where I'm going to do my best to avoid this question. For him to go out and show, if you're active and you fucking get in there and do shit, you can get to the top really quickly just by showing up and taking fights. I'm so glad it's happened that way. So yeah, I'd have to percolate on that a little bit because my water fast doesn't finish until tomorrow and my brain's not really working and my camera keeps fucking up. But yeah, subscribe to me, sir, and I will have an answer for you the next time you're here. What's your prediction for UFC White House? I'm it will be UFC if it does happen, which I'm still not convinced yet. It will be like, I mean, they've said it too much now. It kind of has to happen. It will be UFC. It will be bigger than UFC 300. It has to be. However many years of American independence or whatever, which by the way, early stoppage. I keep saying this. Early stoppage war. You're celebrating the early stoppage war with the Brits. Several 100 years later, you fucking losers. Who do I think will be on it? I do think John Jones will be on it. I do think Justin Gaethje will be on it. I think every big name they can get is going to turn up for that card. But what makes me laugh about it is I reckon I don't reckon it was discussed beforehand. I reckon Donald Trump just went, he was just riffing, and now Dana's like, fuck, now I've got to do it. I don't know much about how the White House, I've seen it, but obviously I haven't been deep in there. I don't really know what's going on with the whole, how big the grounds are and whatnot. I don't know how it's going to be logistically feasible, but if they do it, it's going to be massive. Thoughts on Rufy saying he will KO Tapuria? Crackhead. He's a crackhead. That is crackhead talk. Everyone's quaking in their boots right now. What my favorite part about that Tapuria KO was when they panned to the crowd, and then they had you saw Sarukian's face, and he was like, "Don't call me out, don't call me out." And then Paddy's face went red, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah." He clearly didn't want none anyway. Went in, tried to show respect. Everyone is terrified of that midget, and rightfully so. He is the best fighter alive right now. What's your dream fight for that card? Wow, you're really catching me out today with actually good questions. It would probably be John Jones and Tom Aspinall. I've got to be real. As much as I don't want to admit it. And it's mostly because my dream in life is to see John Jones get fucking murdered in the cage. I don't mean battered. I don't mean to lose. I mean 187 live on TV. That's what I want. I'd KO top Turo. Dude's a midget. Pretty boy bum. Again, Ricky, I don't know anything about your stature, size, or background. He fucks you up in about 4 seconds. And I love you. And I'm saying this. That's how much I rate this little cunt. No way it can happen at the White House with the security concerns. They'd have to call the National Guard. This is immediately what I was thinking. I was thinking it would be a prime situation for some nutcase to just... And I don't want anyone to die, but as JPO is... I don't know if you're talking about this, but that would be interesting. You're probably not talking about that. I'd probably go with John Jones and Aspinall. This is the problem with what UFC has done to me lately, though. If you'd asked me this question 6 months ago, I could have reeled off about 50 matchups and been like, this is what I want to see, this is what I want to see. But now I'm like, I want to see Shavkat fight JDM. I'll go with Shavkat and JDM. That's one I really want to see, because I do think JDM is gonna beat Islam. And then Islam's gonna be fucked. And I'm here for it. I'm really sorry about the camera, by the way, guys. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Dana said there won't be many fans allowed, only celebs. Obviously, you could never do that. You could never have normal people at an event like that. Somebody would definitely pull out an Uzi or some shit. Idaho, how you doing, my man? How is Australia? Are you back from the land down under yet? I'm not sure if that's even a good Australian accent. It's probably not. And more importantly, have you sampled some Australian pussy? That's all we really care about. And have you seen any fucked up animals that have ruined your day? When I think Australia, I just think, all right, vagina, animals. And I realize saying those two things together is a really weird thing to say, but you know exactly what I'm saying. Who's your favorite fighter? Right now, it's Tapuria. I've got Tapuria, I've got Manel Cap. And this is going to sound like a mad one. I'm a big Fluffy Hernandez fan as well. I love Joshua Van. Mateus Gamrot is someone I really like as well. I know it's going to sound like a mad one. I love that because he makes wrestling seem fun. I enjoy the way he wrestles. So I appreciate the fact that something that is so fundamentally boring to me, basically gay corn, you can make gay corn, you can give me a chubby for gay corn, you're a legend in my book. So those are the ones that kind of scoot up the list for me. I'm a big fan of the flyweights as well. So like, I'm a big fan of like Pantoja and Moreno. I'm back now. It was sick. Aussies are just surfing British people, I learned. Also, good accent. The accent is whenever Australians can read out a shopping list, yeah, and that shit would be hilarious. Hilarious. I only saw birds. Only quarter people in Sydney is white. It's all Chinese, bro. Chinese people are everywhere. I know I'm mixed with one. So I help to add to that ratio. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, because Australia is not very far from, it's like a very quick place for Chinese people to go to get around white people. 8-hour flight, easily done. Frankie, best country in Europe you would recommend to live right now? I would go with Spain. I would go with Spain. I love Greece as well, but their economy's in the fucking toilet. So I would say Spain. It's warm. The senoritas are off the fucking chart. It's not that expensive to live there. And the people there are fucking chill. The only thing you have to get used to is like 2 hours a day, everything just shuts down and everyone's like, fuck this, we're siestaing, baby. They get the fucking margaritas out and they just chill. And you might be that kind of person. But I've been caught out so many times in Spain, going out at like 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. or whatever it happens, and no restaurants are open. And I just get fucked. So the food's good, the women are good, the climate's great, it's not that expensive, and people are chill as fuck. So I would go with Spain. But Greece for me would be a close second. Don't go near. To be honest with you, Dario, I haven't been to Portugal, but I've heard Portugal's really good as well. I might give that a doozy one day. Westy, you're here. I thought you were gone forever. I'm so glad to see you back. I'm a big John Jones fan, but I'll still subscribe and like because I'm very open-minded. It's also obvious John is not the best person in the world. I'm gonna level with you, Dario. I was a John Jones fan. It's all the shenanigans, man. It's all the ducking, and this was before all the ducking took place. He's clearly on PEDs. He's had extremely long layoffs, and he's got away with a lot of fights. It's the cheating. That's why I've got Mighty Mouse as my GOAT. Because he's never cheated. He wins in spectacular ways. He's won in every way imaginable. And then he goes over to another organization, absolutely kills it. He's turning up at BJJ tournaments and just going mad. He's my guy. Who is your most hated fighter other than John? Bilal Muhammad is numero uno. I hate that fucking freak. And the female fighter, not that they matter because they're women. Juliana Pena, sir. What the fuck? Oh, sorry, I just read that one. No Nate the Train or Dan Hooker on the favorites list. Nah, bro. I enjoy Dan Hooker. I'm still pissed at him for the Gamrot thing. He can go fuck himself. Obviously, there's a thorough security check and background checks on people attending. Well, you'd assume there would be. But I'm more like, when you stage an event like that, there's always risks going to be involved. I think it's, I don't know. I don't hate it. But I don't know. I'm not American. I don't really give a shit. As long as I get like amazing fights, I don't care what the excuse is. Oh, Dario, that's your country. I've heard Portugal's. I'm glad I said nice things about Portugal. Hopefully, I've kept that subscription there by basically kneeling in front of you. You know, TKO isn't going to do it for free. Fully. Lisbon is the best place on the continent. I've got to get to Portugal at some point. Really, yeah, we should have, because I've been to Spain like multiple times. I went to Sevilla like 4 or 5 months ago and just loved it. So we're going to go to, I've done Real Madrid and Barcelona before as well. So we're going to do that again. But it's only a short one. I'm doing 6 days and then off to Vietnam. Because Vietnam is the one country in Asia that I haven't conquered. I mean, visited. This camera thing is pissing me off, but it's hiding how ugly I am. So I better stop complaining. Frankie, I ask you every time how I can donate. I don't want your money, sir. The fact that you're in here right now, chopping it up with the boys, that's all I need. I do not accept donations. I'm going to be the one guy in YouTube history who becomes a mega star who makes like no money from it. I'm never going to become a mega star, but I'm certainly not going to get paid from here. It's just not my way. Let me try and disconnect my camera and see if I can plug it back in. And hopefully it will stop doing this bullshit. Give me a second, boys. Give me a second. There we are. Hopefully it will stop doing that. You think Conor McGregor's going to come back for UFC? No, he's gaslighting. Of course he is. He's full of shit. He's an idiot. And I'm Irish, bruv. I am Irish, and I know the guy's a moron. He's never coming back. Have you seen him? He looks like a juiced up hot dog. He's coked out of his mind. He's never going back unless they give him like the layup of layups. Because if you think about it, yeah, if he's ever got plans to do anything BKFC wise, he's gonna have to get back into the cage at some point. Because as much as he's balling, he can't fight until he gets released from that contract. So if he's got any aspirations of bringing multiple eyeballs to BKFC, he's gonna have to go back and fight. I think he's got 2 fights left as well. So he needs to bang out 2 fights in succession. He's got to say to them, look, put me in there with some bum. Let me get my wins. Because if he loses, obviously no one's going to give a shit. But I don't know. But I appreciate that you want to, Idaho. Don't waste your money on me. I am definitely not worth it. In my opinion, I think Argentinian women are better than Spanish women. But the question was, Manu, greatest country in Europe. Greatest country in Europe. So I would say, from where I visited, I would say Spain or Greece. But Spain 100% have... It's the closest we can get to having Latina booty around here. So I'm taking it. You think Cyril Gahn purposely gave John Jones that win? 100%. I don't think that really. I just think he didn't know what he was doing. I don't think so. I don't think so. Monetize this shit and give the money to someone who needs it. You're acting like this channel is actually going to make any money, though. Nice to see you, Pramat Sharma. Nice to have you, bro. Always welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. How would you revive Conor's career if you were his manager? I would lock him in a room, nail it shut for like a month, get him off the gear, and then I'd take his family hostage. He'd probably enjoy that. I don't know, man. I'd do something like that. That guy needs a serious reset. He needs like an enormous detox. Or I'd drain his bank account. I don't know. I don't know. He's not coming back. There's no fucking way he's coming back. Bro, and I'm going to be real with you. A lot of people don't agree with me on this. If I was him, I would do the exact same fucking thing. I'd be on my yacht right now. I'd be fucking barreling the cocaine into my nose. I'd be hoovering that shit, like motorboarding that cocaine. I'll be getting my dick sucked and then each ball sucked. I'd have 3 bitches down there. That's what I'd be doing if I was Conor McGregor. Round the clock. I'd be a terrible father. I'd be the biggest slut on earth. And I'll be real with you, bro. Italy disappointed me. But I've only been to Milan and Rome. The Colosseum was just a bunch of rocks on the ground. It was dog shit. Don't waste your time. Very much like the pyramids. They're like, oh, how did they do it? It's shit. It's not like it looks like in photos. So rocks on top of each other. Absolute shit. If you've been to the pyramids, you'd be very disappointed. And the Italians always give it to Brits about how your food's shit. And they fuck us up the arse for it. Their food was not that good. But mind you, I've heard if you go to like small towns and stuff, you get the real experience. But Rome and Milan really disappointed me. And Rome in particular, I think it was Rome. Graffiti all over the place. You got these beautiful buildings and there's just graffiti everywhere. That disappointed me. A few Nazi symbols around as well. Antec, you fucking beautiful bastard. I know you've missed me. If Antec says he misses me right now, I believe him. By the way, if you just popped in, if you would not mind dropping a fucking like on the stream for your boy. Drop a like for your boy. But you got to admit, it's kind of soft for the media to show pictures of Brits dying in 80-degree weather. I'm telling you, man, British heat hits differently. It does. It's a different kind of heat here. It's not fun heat like it is in America. Know where your bollocks are substantial enough. See how I corrected your grammar there, you simple fuck. Ain't no way your bollocks is substantial enough for free women's heads to go to work. I think diametrically, I don't think it would. I don't think you would need to have balls the size of fucking melons for that to really be viable. So no, Westy, I do not have balls the size of melons. They're more like, you know, those really big grapes you get in Sainsbury's, or like those big overly genetic grapes. They're like, you know, sort of. I've basically got regular sized nuts, but I produce a lot of juice. You know what I'm saying? I produce the. Why am I telling you this? Let's move on. Moving on. This is why Westy having you in here is a scary proposition, because you just ruined me again. Also, the names of places are too confusing, especially in Wales. 100%. The thing is with me, yeah, I very rarely remember. So you know how when people go on holiday, they remember the streets that they've been on, they remember shit like that. I don't remember anything like that. I can tell you the city, I can tell you the place, I can tell you the name of the bar that I went to. Maybe a few little things here and there. Like the La Familia in Barcelona is a fucking beautiful Gaudi influence. Barcelona is just amazing in general, because it's mad to have like an artist slash architect that influenced a lot of the city's architecture. And I'm not a nerd like that. I find museums boring, art galleries. Going to things like that literally makes me want to kill myself. I think art museums, if you're going to go to an art museum, you should be in and out of that bitch in about 7 minutes. Nice painting, gone. Standing there and staring at a painting and pretending it's interesting for 20 minutes is so fucked to me. Nah, Antec, you know it's love, bro. You know it's love all the way. Yeah, we British people are hard as nails, mate. But the thing is, yeah, we our offshoots are even like Australian people are even harder, but they are our criminals. We got all of our hardest criminal type people together, and off they went. They're actually games, Dario. They're games. I've got like they're all like Switch games. I've got like I'm a bit of a, I don't really play games anymore, but I collect a lot of fucking video games for some reason. Because when you know, I'll give you the reason. Fuck it. When I was a kid, I was broke because I was a kid, and also I came from a poorish family, single parent family. You know, dad was a cunt, fucked off, all that stuff. Mum came here in a buggy, but I really love video games, and all of my mates had them, and I didn't. And I used to have to, you know, really do like shitty little jobs and stuff like that so I never really got to own anything. So now that I'm balling, it's just I just buy them because I can. Just for that little me. You know, shout out to little Frank. UK heat is very soy. Lane, have you ever been here? Before I go off, have you been here? Serious question. The heat here is mucky as fuck. Gives you headaches. I honestly, I feel nervous having musical in here. I feel like I've got to perform. We're talking about a legend in the business here, and I'm not even. Get off your knees, Frank. Subscribe to Musical MMA for fuck's sake. I want all the British smoke. You don't want any. You don't want any of it. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not. We're gonna do this fairly. Yeah. How about this here? At some point over the next week or so, you can get your hardest American, and I'll get my hardest Brit, and we'll go band for band. I will explain to you why your country is pathetic. Did you really name your Chinese son Frank? No, I'm talking about little Frank, as in when I was younger. His middle name is Frank, but I wouldn't say my son's name on stream because you motherfuckers are lunatics. And you know how quick it is to make enemies around here. I'm about to book a flight to England to prove a point. You won't be going home with that kind of talk, sir. It will be the last thing you ever do. I've got a spare bedroom, by the way, if you ever feel like coming by. He said pathetic, so British. You see, you don't want to get ripped apart by a British person because we'll come with the 7-syllable words. We'll chop you down with them syllables. You know what I mean? Idaho, I'll pick you up from the airport. We'll make a fucking go of it. Idaho, I never even asked you why you went to Australia in the first place. I think I did actually. You mentioned that you have family there or something, right? You know I barely listen. I'm all about me. I'm Giuliano marked. I'm the real Giuliano. Giuliano Mark II. When people are talking, it's just what, and then I'm just waiting to jump in. Also, Frankie has lived in Thailand, so I kind of believe him. But I would love to live there again. So you know that if there's a surefire way to get me to go off here, just bring up Thailand. New Superman movie is left liberal trash. Stop bringing politics into my fucking games and movies and shit fuck. It's quite the statement. I haven't seen it yet, but we expected it to be. I don't watch new movies and shit anymore. They're all shit. If I basically don't watch anything past like 2005 really anymore, unless it really gets my attention. Mate, spiders in Aussie are nothing compared to spiders in Sheffield. 100%. We would mug Australian spiders. Let's forget about the fact that I've said on numerous occasions that I don't want to go to Australia because I'm scared. Let's just forget that for a bit, yeah? Brits are underrated. We can bang. Well, I can, but everyone else is useless. Yeah, I'll be honest, man. I mean, I did start today's stream with a story about how I was too scared to approach 21-year-olds just to ask if I could get some weed. Straight pussy, bruv. It's embarrassing. Oh, you went to go visit your uncle. I hope he was good to you when you were young. That seems to be the first thing people think about when they hear uncle. Just, 2 o'clock in the morning, a door creaks open. Uncle Jerry's drunk, falling into the room. I made that sound a little bit too specific, didn't I? I should have just called this stream Moving On, because this has been fucking, yeah, sorry. That shadow inside me is just coming out way too much. Yeah, so is musical, you're modded, aren't you? You must be modded. Where's musical? Yeah, musical's modded. Of course he is. He married this Aussie chick, so yeah, I'll tell you something, yeah. Aussie chicks, yeah, are fucking ride or die. They are ride or die to the end. Like, you'll be getting into a scrap or whatever, and then before you know it, she's deep in the mix with one of his mates. This is what I've heard. I know my mate who's got like an Australian missus, and she's very loud, but she's very down. I'll give her that. In fact, I told you, I'm not even going to bring up this story because it's too fucked up. I'm not going to get too personal. I had one cool uncle. He would take me to the skate park and take me everywhere. Take you everywhere, would he? He'd take you to heaven, yeah? Anal heaven. I have a few friends who went to Straya for a few weeks and never came back. Who went astray. To Straya? I'm ignorant. I don't know what that means. Banks said I compromised my info. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They let a hacker use a special card in their ATM machine. I have to escalate. Damn, Hole, you are on one today. Hole's like, fuck the chat. Fuck what's going on. He's just venting. And I love it, bruv. Mate, my first proper outside of school at 18 was against 5 blokes. Dropped 3, chased the 4th, and the 5th disappeared. This sounds like bullshit. I'm not going to lie, but I love you. So I'm going to say, wow, murderer. I mean, it could have happened. And it kind of just leans into the whole UK is soy thing. Were they like little kids by any chance? I've won. Oh, Australia. I've won like the majority of fights I've had in my life, but it's been more dumb luck. than anything else because I am not hard in the least. I'm one of those, like I'm one of those people who's like a big talker. Like I talk a big game, and fortunately, most people have backed down. And then I just beat up a bunch of Chinese people who were fucking with me. It was never fair. So I'm a bit of a cunt, basically. You have witnesses. I'm just joking with you. Like, I believe it could be possible. Like I've had friends in the past who have like just been laying people out right, left, and center. And I'm telling you, knocking somebody out is not that easy. New Superman movie is soy. It was always going to be. As soon as I saw they had that stupid dog, I was like, this is going to be shit. And James Gunn is usually all right. You can't get a Superman movie right because the very premise of Superman is boring. He's a squeaky clean, supremely powerful, whatever. You cannot make that entertaining. It's not fun anymore. It was never fun. They need to stop trying to do it over and over again. It's like with Fantastic Four. Give up. It's never going to be good. There's something about it that just doesn't fucking work. Stop it. My mate who got me into the UFC watched the entire thing unfold. Did you face any repercussions for that, or were the little bitches too embarrassed to were they too embarrassed to press charges? How dare you about Superman, you monster? Let's just be perfectly real with ourselves, yeah. The best Superman ever was the cunt in the wheelchair. What's his name again? The cunt who got paralyzed. Christopher Reeve. And that was goofy as shit. Batman you can do. It's dark. There's complexity. Superman is soy. Perfect for this. He's the perfect like superhero for this day and age. But I don't even know why I'm talking about this. I don't give a fuck about superheroes. I'm not 12. Press charges. They were unconscious. Yeah, I guess it is kind of hard. But so what? But they must have remembered what? Did they lose their memories after you knocked them out? What do you mean? They woke up. Wait, are they all dead? Did you kill them all? Steve! I don't know why my voice went like that. How you doing, Steve? Steve is another personal hero of mine. Anyone who does the job that Steve does is just a hero to me. How you been, Steve? Hope everything's well. I was very, very worried, yeah, because I started this stream and no one turned up. And I was sat here. If you go back and look at the start of the stream, there's like 7 minutes of silence of me just like, oh my God, it's over. It is over. I'm good, Steve. Really good to have you here. Everything's well. I didn't really take a hiatus, but I didn't feel like streaming for a week and a half. So I was just like, fuck it. I've realized, yeah, I usually make excuses, or I used to make excuses a lot of the time. When people ask me, do you want to help me move? Do you want to come and help me move tomorrow? I just go, I can't. And when they say, oh, why are you busy? I just go, no, I don't want to. Fuck it. Fuck you and your moving. Like, get a moving company. Shell out some money, you fucking bum. I'm working. I've got kids. I'm not helping you move your shit. I probably sound like a really bad friend right now. I probably would help, but I do it really begrudgingly. And I complain the whole time. Antec would not be able to beat me in a skateboarding challenge. Idaho, I remember that time you did like a kickflip live on stream in your fucking bedroom. One of the most goated things I've ever seen. To put yourself at risk like that, live on camera, and to pull it off as well. I would never do anything like that. Frankie, you ever one Ford some people in a terrace house alley to stop people invading? Buy one Ford, one versus Ford, some people in a terrace house alley to stop people invading your mate's house party. I've never done that, sir. I've been in situations where I've been really outnumbered and I've just talked the maddest shit. This is not fair. You need more guys. Like going mad. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm dead. And yet I somehow managed to get away with it. It's probably pity though, isn't it? They're like, oh man, we're gonna kill this guy. Let's just leave him alone. He's clearly mad. He's clearly lost his mind. Or he's autistic. Let's not beat up the handicapped. Do you know what I mean? Idaho Ghetto Bird. Hard flip backside revert was my horse to go to. I was just gonna say this year because I just bought Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. Hang on a sec. Maybe I'm expecting too much right now. Has anybody bought this game? Because it says to me, internet download required, right? So I'm wondering, yeah, does it actually have like a physical cartridge in there? Because if it doesn't, I'm returning this shit tomorrow. The Tony Hawk's games were fucking great. Seeing as you brought up fucking skateboarding, those games are amazing. But real skateboarding, fuck that. You were on the news for nearly killing a man. I'm very sorry. Tony Hawk, I'm very sorry for anything bad I ever said about you. Please don't hurt me. Tony Hawk's Underground 1 and 2 was so good. I never actually played those ones. My favorite one was the second one. I've never actually played 3 and 4, but I figure I'll give it a whirl at some point. Right now, yeah, I've said this a couple of times. I'm going to sound like a proper dweeb for this, yeah. Stardew Valley. I'm actually looking forward, yeah, to my next flight, yeah, because I know I'm going to sit down on my 16-hour flight to Vietnam. Shout out to the Vietnamese. I'm going to plant my fucking flag in that country real soon. Vietnam. I know I'm going to get on that plane. I'm going to sit my ass down. And then before I know it, I'm going to be getting back up again. Shout out to fucking Stardew Valley for getting me through a long flight. Because I know that's how it's going to go. Because when I drive to work recently, I literally pick it up and then I'm like, shit, I'm at work. And it's like 45 minutes away. Beautiful. No face, no case. But this is the thing, Antec. I've got to get back to this. Sorry, I got sidetracked for a second. You're saying you knocked them out and then they forgot you. That must have been some next level beating. What's wrong with Stardew Valley musical? I've noticed as well, yeah, I don't play games here that are scary or like... I sound like a proper bitch right now, but I've got reasons for this. I like chill games now. I like everything to be chill. I read a lot. You know, and I play games that are quite relaxing. Subnautica, Firewatch, you know, games that ultimately nothing is achieved, but you just like enjoy the experience of doing nothing. That's me. So yeah, Antec, back to you. You like, are you saying they forgot your face? That's what I'm asking. They were so brain damaged that they couldn't remember who you were. Because I'm assuming when most people wake up from an arse whooping, they're like, you know, they're calling the cops. But shout out to you though for getting away with it. I'm too old now. I tear my knees, bro. I can barely get up staircases these days. Guy, I've literally knocked out giants, Russians, everyone. There's always a time. There's always a time in my live chat when all the boys just start getting their bollocks out. It is what it is. It was a quick event with people I've never known. How can they describe me? A bald white man narrows it down to about a third of the country. Zero. Wait, when did this happen? This must have been a few years ago, right? Because you take a piss on a wall these days in the UK, the cops are knocking on your door at like 9 a.m. the next morning. You can't get away with anything in this country anymore. And it's especially like that in China. Every fight I got into in China, I fucking owned it, fucking slicked out of the scene like an absolute G, thinking I got away with it. Nuh-uh. No, no. Yeah, what's a police sketch artist supposed to draw? For real. Just like it's like, why do people keep like describing potatoes? I can see how you get away with it. I used to deal 120K in drugs. Never got caught for that either. What's the old? Well, you're white. Of course you didn't get caught. Don't be silly. Don't be silly, Antec. You have to be black to get caught at doing crimes. Don't be a show off. Skatesman, play Dark at Night by yourself with the volume up. Okay, so before I head off here, which is going to be first of all, I want to do a panel on Sunday. I want to know who you boys want on the panel, so that I can ignore you and just have whoever I want on there. You got in fights in China. How? The reason why is because I can understand when I'm being called a foreign idiot, and it would happen quite a lot, especially when I was in taxis. They would take me to the wrong place deliberately, and then they'd be joking about how I'm stupid and how they're going to take me on a long journey and then double charge me. And a couple of times I just took it on the chin, but then there was a few times when I got blind drunk and I just got pissed off. And I'd go in their faces and like, you're getting this amount of money because you fucked me. And then even though it's like 10p, it's the principle. It's a 10p principle. And then I would like get in their faces and then they'd come out thinking they were hard and then they just get leg kicked. Nasty leg kick, then a sweep. I did the most out of pocket thing one time though, where I was waiting on the side of the road with a Chinese guy for a taxi, and then a taxi pulled up and he tried to like sort of sidestep me and get into the taxi, and I grabbed him by the pants and just pulled him out and threw him on the floor and got in the taxi. I'm not proud of that. So anyone who thinks I'm some kind of squeaky clean angel, I've done some stupid stuff. I just grew up. I just grew up into a decent human being. I think sometimes you got to fuck up a lot in life in order to realize what a cunt you are and then sort yourself out. Jail, prison, who the fuck cares? Never been. I mean, to be fair though, Antec, going to prison in the UK is better than most council estates. You get your free square meals, you've got your PlayStation. They apparently let bitches into jail now as well, because we all saw that security guard getting piped. So you don't even have to give up pussy as well. There's if you're having a hard time in life in the UK, just go fuck someone up. Get yourself a little time in jail. You'll be good to go. You can get free education in there. It makes every bit of sense in the world. The prison system in the UK is joke. Yeah, you got to take it up the arse every once in a while, but you power through. That doesn't even happen really in UK jails. It's mostly you. That's another thing we can add to the weird American list. It's not gay if I'm fucking him in the arse. American fucking argument. It's not gay if he sucks my dick. America. Happy belated 4th of July, you disgusting degenerates. I'm definitely going to clip that one. Charles Manson committed terrible crimes too. Hitler, it's not hard to do. An autistic Down syndrome baby can commit a federal crime. Charles Manson's overrated. Charles Manson never actually murdered anyone. He just somehow managed to trick people into being fucking off the wall. He's an overrated fuck. But then the thing is, I don't go too deep into the lore about him either. Yeah, that shit is so gay about America. 100%. 100%. Let's be honest, most Americans feel that way. You're only gay if you actually suck a dick. Oh, you're a builder. I am not fucking with you, sir. Builders, farmers, don't fuck with them. No matter how much gym you do. And I'm not a very small guy myself. I know I look a little bit slender, but you know, I'm somewhat beefy. I do not fuck with people that do trades. If you're out there on the fucking field or you're picking up bricks all day, you have my respect. I'm not fucking with you. Because they've got that nasty power. Gym power ain't the same as like tradesman power, farmer power. It feels good to shit. Wouldn't that mean something just going simply the other way would work? I'm not trying. I love you. I've completely lost track of the chat right now. I have no idea what's going on. Charles Manson is overrated. He is, man. He is. He fucking is. I don't get the hype. Bronson, on the other hand, monster. He's not. Charles Manson isn't even the most fucked up Charlie. That's how mid that cunt is. He's a fucking Timu Charlie. I love you too, bro. You know I do. Manson looks related to Vladimir Lenin. He does look a bit Lenin-esque, doesn't he? I've got no right to talk shit about anyone's ability to grow a beard, but you know what I'm saying. You know where it grows really prominently in some places, and then in others it's just. Whereas on my face it grows nowhere. In fact, the only thing I can grow is like a little fucking soul patch. I think God was planning on making me into like a top grade sword swallower, and then he fucked up the recipe somehow. You know, can only grow a fucking, what do they call? I just said it a minute ago. A soul patch. I can only grow a soul patch. I've got this face. I've got the zesty voice, but I think pussy's fantastic. So somewhere fucked up somewhere. God did your boy a favor. I know a guy who was one of Bronson's prison officers. He was just a massive cunt, mate. And he was sadistic as fuck. He was just a bruiser. Just a massive, massive cunt. It's the beady Jewish eyes that they both have. Yeah, they are. I mean, I think Charles Manson was just winging it. I think he was just a stoner that got people around him that started like sucking his balls off, and he just lost control. He lost control of his like. I'm saying this like I'm in the know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. By the way, guys, again, if you could like the stream, I'd really appreciate it. I'm gonna fuck off now because I think I want to do a live stream tomorrow. I'd like to. Thank you for all turning up, because there was 10 minutes there where I genuinely thought my live streaming career was over. And then the boys, you turned up and you supported your boy. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in here and talking shit with me. It's been fun. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on tomorrow, probably previously before the stream, the live streams. Bellend is the best. Bellend is the best insult of all time. You bellend. Bellend is amazing. Nonce is another one that I'm quite fan of. Dickhead. We came up with dickhead. John Jones is probably gonna fight at the Idaho. Thank you for turning up. It was great to have you here. Robert Maudsley is still in solitary. I don't know how that's legal. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really know much about him. I don't. Anyway, guys, this has been a fun one. I fucking love you guys. Thank you so much for turning up. I like to know that sometimes I can come up here by myself and still have a good time with you guys and not have it be completely boring. Because we do know that I like to ride on the coattails of others. Shout out to fucking Musical MMA. Subscribe to him immediately. Westy, I'm so glad that you're back. Well, you never really left, but thanks for remaining. Shout out to Holland Dan Sock. Shout out to Idaho. Subscribe to his channel. Shout out to Joey the Weed Ninja, who was the first person to come in and show your boy some love. Thank you for turning up. Shout out to Steve Spiros. Hope the job's going well. Hope everything's great over there. Who else am I missing? Antec, of course, you fucking murderer. I will never say a bad word in your direction again. Please forgive me for everything I've ever said. Shout out to Lane. Shout out to Crystal. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate every single one of you, and you know I do. So, and shout out to the new guys who came in as well. Love you all. Have a great rest of your Friday. Fuck America. Fuck America. And yeah, I'll see you boys tomorrow. But and if not tomorrow, if Musical invites me onto his
stream. I'll be here tomorrow. If not, I'll be on Sunday. And Ricky, I'm sorry, bro. Of course, my boy Ricky, formerly Colton, my G. Love you too. Yeah, I'll catch you guys soon. So Sunday, I'll definitely be back on Sunday, but hopefully we'll do a watch along tomorrow. We'll see how things go. We'll get talking about it. Take it easy.